Hello everyone, how are you? A few days back, I took part in a Discord discussion regarding the new game that's being developed. I was going to record a video to explain my views on some game features. I started discussing this topic, Keep the Old Game, when they talked about the third-person camera, because RGS wants to remove this camera from the game. And for me, that's a big mistake because this camera is one of the things that sets the game apart from all the others. It's present in all three games, Red Cross Ball 2, Reloaded, and Firestorm, so players are used to using it. However, it certainly brings several issues, such as too much camping. Sometimes, it's even easier to take someone out when you're in that camera behind cover, yet the game can run smoothly with it. It just requires balance. Balancing it isn't merely about changing the settings, it's also about the indirect elements that relate to its use, such as the map and the character's movement. If the map has numerous camping spots that prevent you from getting the guy from another angle, or it may be quite difficult to advance toward him to try to take him out, or in a way that he can't see you depending on the angle he's looking at, and he becomes very comfortable in that position, the camera will be quite unfair. Thus, the map must be entirely crafted to function with it, consistently revealing some drawbacks and weak spots. Red Dawn is an excellent map with several examples of this. If the guy is hiding in the cart, you can shoot his foot, and the window is see-through, so you can see who's camping there. These concepts can be taken to other parts of the map, and you can counter various camping spots thanks to the character's good mobility and the map's design. I demonstrated how to counter a few of these points with my friend Renato, and if you're aware of the enemy's position, it only depends on your skill and game sense to try to kill him. At this point you see that I easily kill him because the speed is very fast, and he doesn't even have time to react, and the weapon kills easily. It needs to be good for that. I'll talk about this later. Here's one tactic to kill the enemy. As you can see, at the exact moment he aims, I jump to the side, and making this dodge move that I try to surprise and kill him, and I do this all the time. Sometimes I don't even know if the guy is there. It's purely predict. When he sees me rushing in, he moves aside to try to get a better view and might even stumble while making that move. And that's when I take him down. You can do this even with a sniper if you move right in the right timing, but it's harder since it's slower. Of course it won't always succeed. Depends on the opponent, how he plays, his level of experience, his reaction time, etc. Anyways, this kind of movement is unique from his game. For me, it's one of the things that makes it fun. Here they posted about the V camera Xboxing its problems. I think they're absolutely right to complain about it, but these are flaws that can be fixed. And here Stoic shows that you can shoot and kill the guy while exposing almost nothing of your body. And I tested this in War Trigger 2 and it works the same. And this happens when we activate the camera. The character automatically targets another spot. That can be fixed. It's just the third-person camera open normally, and the character keep with the focus he was before the camera opened, without a line. Next, in Friend's video, we face two problems. The first is with the map. It's terrible to leave the base in favela. The spot where the guy is camping is very favorable for him, because in Red Team, the only way to leave the base and go to the street is that staircase. There should be a path inside the base to reach that street, to get out where those trucks are, behind them. This way he wouldn't even be able to camp there. The other problem is a significant issue with the game's real-time synchronization. In this example where I have two accounts open, I first run toward cover, and when I get there I quickly switch to the other account. And in that account you can see the character is still in the middle of the path. Even if you have a very good ping, this still happens, so it is indeed a synchronization fail, but it can also be fixed. The V camera is a cool mechanism. It just needs the right conditions to work well. The primary aspect is the map, which has to enable smooth movement, and the spots can't promote excessive camping. If not, even if you take the camera away, there will still be campers. A prime example is Cody Ghosts. Those who played know it was all campers, because the maps support that. Now, I'll provide examples of strategic movements in Red Dawn. To demonstrate how the map is, there are disadvantage points for every angle. At the left door, you can only see those advancing to the truck and the carts in the back. This gives room to advance through the blind spot, on the right side of the red base. The same goes for the blue side. The player can only kill you if he shows himself, but he will die if he does. Then he has to move to the other side, which will be better. On this side, the disadvantage would be not being able to hit those going to the truck or the cart, but it is possible because the truck is too far from the base. It should come closer. In this position, it would block some vision to see he is going to the cart. To allow the guy to keep advancing to the stairs, I would place a small obstacle there so he doesn't get killed. It has to be very small to not get in the way of the sniper in the plane. On the blue side, the same issue exists. It's hard to leave the base toward the truck and you can easily get killed. I would also place some obstacle there and move the truck a bit to the side to improve that path. In this way, we could fix the problem of leaving the base in Red Dawn without creating new paths or filling the map with obstacles, as was done in Red Dawn in Firestorm. It made a huge difference, but for the worse. Many combat spaces were destroyed, and movement across the map changed completely. It became very hard to show yourself and kill someone. Many unnecessary shortcuts were created. In this case, it makes players go to the lobby instead of the C3 tube from the plane. The map lost its purpose and that's why no one plays it. It's just bad. It's nice for everyone to take the main paths since that's where the game occurs. If the map becomes an anthill, everyone will go different ways and no one will find anyone. Returning to talk about movement, but wrapping up, I would also change the location of this ammo box. To make this truck advancement better, since it's like this now, this is right on the path. To catch someone camping on the roof, you can go to the plane to get the guy behind the box. You can do this on both sides too. Inside, you've seen some at the beginning of the video, but one thing I would alter is the width of this pillar. I would make it stuck with the wall instead of having that hole, because when you try to take the guy, he can hide if he stays in the corner, which is a very advantageous spot. It's tough to remove someone from there, so by making it smaller, it would be easier to push forward and eliminate the guy there. I have many more ideas to enhance this map, but I'll stop here and save the rest for another video so it doesn't become too lengthy. And now about the weapons. They need to be pretty good and have unique features because that was also one of the game's signatures. Everyone remembers the legendary AK Gold, the Golden Dragon, MG3, that were weapons with their own identity, that gave a cool vibe when used, and they were very feared in War Trigger Classic. I felt that they were nerfed excessively, and I think their balance wasn't very good. The AK Gold should have less recoil, and both should take down with 3 shots. I believe in Red Crucible 2, they were quite broken, but that impression of being really good is what made them enjoyable. The Groza M and AK Gold were 2 of the game's most iconic weapons, but they became common ones. I also think custom weapons won't be a good idea, as it would lose that feeling of them being special. But if present, I hope we can't change the weapons too radically, as that's never been part of the game, and never needed. Another important aspect is that shots from weapons should be instant, like in War Trigger 2 and 3, because I remember in Red Crucible 2, guys would spend half an hour trading shots trying to kill the guy in front of them, and that is just ridiculous. The character had very fast movement, and the shots took a long time to travel, making it very hard to hit. With instant hit markers, it becomes much easier and more fun. I also think this issue of leaning is completely irrelevant. It looks like Rainbow Six, which by the way, is quite strange. Speaking of that game, one thing I'd like to be brought is the death replay camera because I'm tired of being called a hacker all the time. It would greatly assist in determining whether someone is hacking. I think that's it. I made this video to talk more about the main brands of the game, and it's my favorite game. I've been playing the franchise since 2013. The Red Crucible was a successful game in the past, and it succeeded because it had special features that made it unique, like the movement, the weapons, and the third-person camera. And if the aim is to merge the 3 games, it must retain its essence. If RGS removes any of those elements, the game will just feel like another ordinary game, and honestly, I think it will flop. Because what will make it different from the others? For the game to have any hype, it needs to deliver things that the main games don't, do poorly, or do better than what it already does well. The competition is huge, and I don't see any of that in the new game. The old Red Crucibles were different from any other game, so they just need to follow the same steps. The game has always been great as it is. It just needs some improvements and to fix its errors. I hope this video reaches the dev because here you can see the perspective of a more experienced player who has played for a long time. And I really hope the game succeeds. And for it to succeed, it needs a solid player base, which consists of the old players, so they must listen to their opinions too. On the day I'm recording this, the discussion about the third-person cam has more positive thumbs up than negative, so I hope they reconsider this decision. I'm sure that if they follow these stuffs that I brought in this video, the game will succeed. So, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.